The following program is in living color and has been rated X by the Vietnam Academy of Maggots. This is Radio First Term, operating on Dave Rabbit's own frequency at 69 megacycles on your FM dial. The purpose of this program is to bring vital news, information, and hard acid rock music to the first termers and non-re-enlistees in the Republic of Vietnam. Radio First Termer operates under no Air Force regulations or manuals. In the event of a vice squad raid, this program will automatically self-destruct.
I thought I'd post a brief disclaimer. I realize some of my stories seem like more bullshit than a politician running for office. That's just the way it is. Too old, too late to change it. I purposely left out some people's names in the stories because they wouldn't want anybody to know they ever knew me. And the way lives turned out and they became assholes and dorks and what have you, I don't want anybody to ever know I knew them. Let alone some of the activities that we were involved in were probably more than questionable, so I leave out any chance of liability suits in that case. I don't know what the hell they get, but you know how that goes. We sue for anything these days. Whereby it hasn't been put down in ink, it appears the NCAA is going to double up and jump to 64-team playoff for college football. That first impact will be that all of these feel-good bowls that you wonder why the hell they have them and who's playing in them with a 500 record will actually take on a meaning as they will be filled with teams in the playoff. The ultimate climax will be on the end of March Madness when the college football championship game will also take place. That's right, talk about your twin bill killing. Hoops in the daytime and football at night. I know I'm a butthole and dumbass, but I look at these insignificant things, although if you look at them closely enough, they become significant. This fall when you're watching college football, and you got to watch closely, watch where the officials spot the ball. That's right, that's the first part. Then look when they mark the ball out of bounds, number 2. Then, and most importantly, when we're at the end of a half or at the end of the game, a team is driving, trying to get out of bounds for timeouts, watch how often they screw up and they don't stop the clock. They just keep winding it up, and the guy's clearly gone out of bounds. So they saying he was tackled inbounds? Man, maybe that's what the hell they're saying. It's the only excuse they have. But the guy's upright and moving. I figure he's still in play. Phew. So much that I could say, but I couldn't describe all the joy I had playing ball at the Rotary Club down on Oregon Hill. I had family down on Oregon Hill, but I still didn't know a whole bunch of people. Got to meet a lot of people. One was Wayne Quake. Wayne was just a tremendous jock. Golly day, the guy could play ball. It didn't matter what, natural as they say. Coaches at John Marshall High School used to scout him when he was 14 years old and talk to him about coming to school and all that. Wayne didn't give a rat's butt. His dad and his uncle were, shall we say, connected, and Wayne was in line to take over the company business. Little did I know that at the time. I just thought we were just good buds playing ball together, hanging out. Was with him first time I got drunk. Whoo, God, did we get sick. Mercy, sakes alive. Then from there, I made it on up. I was up at Binford. Made the Binford baseball team as an 8th grader. Unheard of. But there I was, 8th grade. Man, when I first day I went to practice, I had no cleats. Coach Metzger asked me, said, "Where the hell are your cleats, boy?" Coach, I don't own any cleats. Oh, well, we're going to have to correct that. So you're going to be on the ball club. And I'm like, woo, holy shoot. Next day, I'm in the John at Binford. Some guy walked in I'd never seen before, never saw since. He's got a pint of booze, or a half pint, probably, and wants me to take a drink. I said, no, I'm playing ball. No, I can't do that. Custodian came in, saw what was going on, grabbed the two of us, took us to the office. I passed all the breathalyzer tests that they gave me. But still, the principal said, Cousins, I don't think you really want to stay. I think you're a troublemaker, and I'm going to send you home and don't come back. Little did I know he meant, don't come back. Mom and I went to visit the school superintendent of Richmond Public Schools, and it's just H.I. Willett, asshole anonymous. No, we knew he was an asshole. Mr. Willie gets there and he says, I don't think you want to stay in school or go to school, so get out the door and don't come back. Have a nice day. Only good part of that entire meeting was my mom told him to kiss her ass. And we left, went out. There wasn't much that a 14-year-old boy could do on the streets. There was a lot you could do, but none of it good. So I would find games at the Bird Park, various gyms, made playbooks for football while I was at home using a notebook while I spent a whole day creating the whole offensive system. Guess I did, swear to gosh. And some of the things that you see you don't want to repeat, but what the hell, we're all adults. Saw a guy in a fight one day get an eye pulled out of his head. Literally his entire eye. That's right. Guy hit him with the stick, had a nail on the stick. When that stick came back, there was the eye. Woo! But ugly, I am telling you. Ooh, Lordy. Then I used to hang at the green door, which was around the corner from where we lived at that time. Little pinball joint, had a small pool table in there, which a lot of people lost money on. And saw my first guy shooting up heroin when I was 15. Yep. Came home, told Dad. Dad hit me up the head. Whack, whack. Don't go in that damn place. I'm telling you, they're a bunch of drug addicts and gambling crooks. He was right, but I didn't have too many other places to go. And one day, this guy that hung there, his name was Eddie, not the one that lost the eye. Eddie wanted me to meet him one evening over on Monument Avenue at Shields or Addison, doesn't really matter. And fortunately, a ball game came up. I heard of a ball game taking place, and I said, I'm going to play ball. I ain't going over there. So fortunately, I went to the ball game. Next morning, go over around to the green door. There's some cops there, and there's people buzzing. Well, it wasn't unusual for cops to be there. So I asked the owner, I said, what happened? He said, I guess you didn't read the paper. Yeah, they found Eddie stuffed in the trunk of a 60 Cadillac or something over around Monument and Addison. I'm like, really? Glad I missed out on that call. It's being reported that Division III, Randolph-Macon College, has gotten the jump on the rest of D3 teams, and they've signed an exclusive agreement with a local Chick-fil-A outlet that will ensure all of the football team members earning $10 to $12 per hour for their time at Chick-fil-A busing tables, working in the kitchen, etc. This will be an eye-opener for the rest of Division III football. This is part one in what will be a multi-part series on my reviewing, looking back at some of the sports venues in old Richmond, VA. That's right. Moore's Field. Moore's Field was located at the north end of Roseneath Road out by Curl's Neck Dairy, which used to make the best milkshakes in the world. And it used to be Friday night racing and fights combined. Seldom did we ever attend an event where there was not some type of mini brawl going on, either in the stands, pits, or on the track. For some reason, one evening, my mom decided she wanted her brother, Uncle Les, butthole that he was, to go to the races above my dad's objections. Well, we got there. I had two uncles that were involved in the racing part. And Dad got there, and Dad said he was going to go over there and make sure everything was okay. There he is in his brown gabardine pants and his sparkling white clean starch shirt, but he's going into the pits. And there he goes. Well, a few minutes later, we can tell something has taken place in the pits. So Mom jumps up. She said, you watch Uncle Les. Don't let him do anything. I'm going to check on Earl, my dad. Well, the next thing I know, a fight broke out a few rows away from us, and the guy came up, and I'm telling Uncle Les, just sit down and shut up. Don't say nothing. He's Mr. Uncle Les. He was the fighter. Uncle Les, he stands up. The guy says, who the hell are you with? Uncle Les said, who the hell's it to you, or whatever. Next thing I know, Uncle Les is back down in his seat, involuntarily with blood dripping out of his mouth, and the man looked at me, and I said, I'm going to tell Mom. So, sure enough, here comes Mom back up there dragging Dad, and Dad's in there trying to pull people away from Uncle Les and what have you, and Mom, she's pissed off at me because I'd sit there and let Uncle Les get punched in the mouth. I really wasn't too sad about the event, but there wasn't much else I could do. Stephen Ahole Jones has come out and slammed NFL players right in the face and called out the NFL to kick out any player that does not get his COVID-19 vaccination. No questions asked. You don't want to get the shots? Get the hell out. I'm not sure that that's going to go over too well with the Players Association there, Stephen, but you demand. You made the call. When things seem to be kind of quiet and boring as normal in the National Hockey League, one player, Evander Kane's wife, changed all that by coming out here 2 weeks ago and saying Evander had thrown games. How the hell do you throw a game in a hockey game? One, a player does not get that many opportunities to score. So if it's a night where you don't score, nobody's going to really miss it. But nevertheless, the claim was made, the investigations are taking place, and damn, Evander, who has a history of gambling, oh yeah, and supposedly his throwing these games or shaving points was to go towards his gambling debt. I know you can shave points easily in a basketball game just by simply saying he had an off shooting night. But in hockey, I'd say that's going to be a stretch to prove he did any damn thing unless a gambler comes forward and said, yeah, I gave him $300,000 to not take a shot this night. Well, we'll see how that part develops. Wonder how that marriage will develop. We're at the end of another fun-filled, exciting chapter in Buddy's Sports Bar. Hope you guys got a chuckle or something, as always. And that if you did and you like it, maybe you'll tell somebody about it. Maybe you'll subscribe or hit that like button. Holy cow, I know some people have been looking, just nobody apparently likes it. So anyway, keep me in mind. Any of them will work. Remember, I'm now 3,995 away from getting monetized. So do your part to help me get monetized. And peace, love, and rock and roll.